Evening all. Call me Dave here. How's it going? Your mate set me up with a blind date recently. I recognised her straight away. The old dark glasses, white stick, fucking Labrador dog. Mate said she's a bit rough, but she's a good girl. I said, a bit rough? Fucking Tide wouldn't take her out, mate. A bit rough. I went into one of these new age shops to get some meditation CD. I thought I'll relax with that, you know. I called it Sound of the Ocean Waves. I'll relax with that tonight. I feel lovely, you know, laying there, pretending you're on holiday and all that shit. I got home, I put it on, I laid back, headphones on. There was nothing on the bloody thing. £5 I paid for it. I went back to the shop the next morning. I said to the geezer, "Oi, John, I paid £5 for this DVD here, £5, Sound of the fucking Ocean Waves, and there's nothing on it." He said, "Well, the tide's out, isn't it?" Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I've stopped jogging now. You can get much further on your fucking push bike. And you won't know this, but I was singing for quite a while in my life. I used to be a singer. And this woman come up to me once and she said, "You don't half look like fucking John Travolta." And I looked at her, I said, "Fuck off, this is fat, not grease." My ex-girlfriend was always moaning at me. She said I was always better off with my last boyfriend than I was with you. She said I always had loads of dresses to wear. I said, "Yeah, it's only because he's a fucking transvestite." You know what I mean? Not that there's anything wrong with that. The more dresses the better, eh? Well, as long as they're happy. I started to think that us men are only put on this fucking earth because vibrators can't get a fucking round of drinks in. Honestly, within hand summers. Big ones, small ones. You can probably get something like this with a vibrational device in it in that fucking joint. Christ. My mate was having some trouble with his missus. He said, "I took her to play tennis, have a bit of fun. She couldn't hit the fucking ball." I said, "Well, so we tried a bit of badminton, because that's a bit lighter, you know." She couldn't whack the fucking shuttlecock. He said she whacks the cock at home. You know what I mean? He said, "But when I asked her to drive the car home, she hit every fucking thing. The Ford Focus looks like a fucking stock car now." Typical. But he did ask her to fucking drive. This is a true story. My mate was getting picked up from work by his missus. He'd been away on training for a few days and hadn't seen each other. And she drove him down this country lane and live in the country. She pulled over and I started having a kiss and a cuddle and she gave him a gobble on the front seat in the car, in the lay-by. He's feeling a bit frisky, obviously. And there was this knock at the window. And there was this policeman. She said, "Oh, fucking hell, she's a bag of nerves." He said, "That's unusual because normally she's just a fucking bag, you know." And the policeman said, "Excuse me, madam, would you mind blowing on this?" She said, "Not you as well." Fucking hell. Neck ache. Years ago, I went out with a woman bus driver. And she let me go all the way for fucking £3.50. Mind you, she was quite skinny. I put my arms round her and slapped myself in the face. You'd be able to see her behind the fucking mic stand. I was at work the other day and this geezer come up to me and he whispered in my ear. He said, "There's a rumour going around that you've got a 12-inch cock." I said, "I know, I started that one." Fucking hell. I wish. That's a sad story. Whoever put the word fun in funeral needs a damn good fucking kicking. That's horrible. And why do people keep saying God bless you to the dead person? Isn't a blessing a good thing? God took him away from his family and kids. Stop fucking saying that. So, when I get to the pearly gates, I'm going to kick God right in the fucking bollocks. I really am. The bastard. But I just got out of hospital. I look good, don't I? I was walking along a cliff path in Dunwich with my girl and we were cuddling and kissing and she put a hand on my arse. I thought, this is lovely. Yeah, no, nice cuddle. Next minute I'm laying at the bottom of the cliff with a broken leg. I think she misunderstood me when I said, "Toss me off, will you, darling?" Toss me. You'll get it later. At Christmas I was playing with my daughter and I drew a picture of Rudolph and I said, "Guess what this is?" And she said, "I don't know, Dad." I said, "Come on, it's brown, it's got antlers, sounds like beer." "I don't know, Dad." I said, "Come on, they're everywhere this time of year. Have a good look at it. It's not a bad drawing." And she said, and I said, give you a clue. I said, your mum calls me one? She said, I've got it. It's a cunt. Yeah. Everywhere you go now, people are unhappy. Everywhere. They've got a face like a smacked arse. Couples especially, shouting and swearing at each other. Just keep thinking, if only they realised they could have a lot of fun with their fucking mouths between them if they only tried. A lot of good things. Instead of shouting horrible stuff out of it. I met this lady recently. Lovely lady. But she had a rather large behind, you know. More cushion for the pushing. Apart from that, she was lovely. I was walking through town with her. And I kept thinking, people must know her from somewhere. They kept going, looking at her saying, hi, who Jazz? Hi, who Jazz? Just me laughing, eh? My friend worked at the colorectal department at a local hospital. She did months of training. She had a good sense of humour, but she had to try and tone it down and be serious, professional for the job, you know, like a theatre assistant. She did really well in the training and she passed with flying colours. The first operation she attended, this man come in, well dressed, you know. Yeah. Spoke very politely. Said, can you confirm your name for me, sir, so we don't get the wrong person for the wrong operation? It's happened before, you know. Took the wrong leg off. And the man said, yes, my name is Mr. Janus. My first name is Hugh. She said, Hugh Janus? So much for being fucking professional, eh? Hugh Janus. My mate was in Amsterdam. They had a weekend break. And he was walking. And he accidentally walked into a brothel. And he went up to the lady. And he said, have you got a woman in here with long brown hair, big tits, a low-cut skirt, low-cut top, very energetic? And the receptionist said, oh, you like kinky, do you? He said, no, the missus got drunk at the pub round the corner and buggered off. I can't find her. A friend of mine, a woman, she just split up with her boyfriend. He's already gone out with someone who treats him how he wants, apparently. And she was so angry, she said, I want him to die a long, slow, painful death. I said, well, that's easy. Convince the cunt to get married. Fucking hell. 6 months to a year after that, the only thing that sucks is the fucking Hoover. Only people realise how much fun you could have if you played around and, you know, tried some new stuff and appreciated each other. People would be happy, wouldn't they? Ignorance isn't bliss. That's the cause of most fucking divorces, you know. I got a brand new mountain bike yesterday. Lovely condition. I found it just lying in the road. Not far from this dead cyclist. Straight in the handlebars, good as new. Everything I do, the missus fucking hates. I bought my little daughter a pet, as she loves animals. Just caught the missus putting a fucking cat flap in the budgie cage. Do you know what I mean? And it got cold out there, in England, or UK at least. I had to snap a fucking dog off a lamppost earlier. I had a piss and got stuck to the post. Jesus Christ. And I was at work the other day. I was waiting for a delivery from TikTok Shop. I fucking love TikTok Shop. Good stuff, good price. Brilliant, I got some lovely trainers off there. I called the missus up and I said, has the postman come with my parcel yet? And she said, no, when you rang, he started panicking and hid in the fucking wardrobe. Oh my God. My friend Ivor, he went to the doctor's. He said, I'm having some troubles in the trouser department. And the doctor said, take your trousers and pants off, I'll have a look for you. The doctor immediately sat down at his desk with his head in his hands, shake his head. He said, Ivor, I've never been a doctor for 30 years. I've never seen a cock that small. What's wrong with it? He said, that's swollen. He said, swollen? The doctor said, if I had a cock that small, I did it with a hammer repeatedly until it fucking swelled right up. Poor sod. Well, I broke my neck a few years ago. I've done well since. I never looked back. You fucking won't be able to, would you? I think the cat has got dementia. I put it out this morning. Fucking kids had set fire to it again. I went out in the garden, I had a shit and buried herself. Bloody thing. I think it's a tortoise. And I was reading the newspaper. One of the zookeepers at Colchester Zoo was killed by a lion last week. Very, very sad, ladies and gentlemen. Very sad, very sad. The zoo owner said in a statement, we're sorry to say that one of our best zookeepers has been killed by a lion after getting stuck in the enclosure. And they said, we regret we cannot bury the bloke until the lion's had a shit. Christ. I went out with this girl once. I think she was a little bit slow mentally. I said, what did you do for comic relief? She said, well, I didn't donate any money this year. Instead, I gave the clown a fucking blowjob. Fucking hell, that was some sort of relief, wasn't it? Have a good one. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.